for the Bout of Realms. This is my first time that I ever took part in it. I think this is like year 3 that they've done it. The rewards were pretty cool. I obviously knew I wasn't going to get a cape, right? The cape is super badass, a little small. So obviously for the whales that are going to get it, I say whales. I mean, it's going to be whales. We all know that. It's going to be very small to see, but at least it's different. And I like the idea of getting something unique for winning a PvP event. I like this a lot. That was one of my favorite things that, what was that battle royale that ended up not doing so great? Not Fortnite, not Valorant, but similar idea to Valorant. Apex Legends. So it had the trails where you actually got different colors based off like your higher rank. I like that. So it's sort of like an in-game flex that costs nothing, but you get it from like a flex because you did something in PvP or ranked. So I like this a lot. Obviously this one is a lot cooler because it has the little pokes, but that one's not permanent. Whatever. I've made my voice very, very vocal about not liking the non-permanent things. First place, you get this really sick frame that has the trophy. Second place, you get the same as everyone else in the top 64. So as you can see, 64 is the threshold to make it past the prelims. And it's important to note that in order to make it into the prelims, you had to be in the top 64 in the world, okay? So the prelims were 5 days and 3 matches every single day. So 5, 10, 15, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 matches, all right? And then if you were in the top 64 out of those 15 matches, then congratulations, you got to move on to the rounds this week. Now, this was my first time going into it. I knew that look at my stats, right? I knew I wasn't getting far. So I think my combat rating is 52,400. My resonance is 4,920, which is actually higher than it usually is, believe it or not. Let me go and identify that. My substats, while working on them, are not ideal, but I'm at 3,700 armor, 4,700 armor pen, and then 3K potency, 3K resistance. Work in progress. We're getting there. All right, we're getting there. Look, don't hate me. I'm getting there, all right? I'm working on it. But I knew we weren't going to get that far. So I knew my job was to basically get the first tower and then basically like just be a little bitch and annoy everyone and run around and get like the other towers that the other team had without fighting. I knew my role. So we were in Discord every single time, and I recorded all of the fights. So the first 4 days are on my YouTube channel. And they're longer and not incredibly edited because, again, by the time these ended, it was late at night and I was just ready to go to bed. But the last night, I was unable to record. So this is sort of rundown of what happened. Going into the last night, we were ranked 98th. Okay, so there were 3 games that night, and we were ranked 98th. So we had to give me a skin. What up, Gad? We were ranked 98th going into the last day, and there were 3 fights. So in theory, without like getting super granular in the calculations, we had to at least win 2 out of the 3. All right, 2 of the last 3 fights to get in the top 64, and we needed a little bit of RNGesus on our side. So first game, they're missing 2 players, and we're like, awesome. Still a close fight, pretty decent like resonance balance, but we won the fight. Okay, second one, absolute blowout. Just bodied us, right? Completely shattered us, right? You can see it right here. You see where I'm going with this. The last game, in theory, we just needed to win it. Into theory, get into the 64, right? Top 64. As you can see, I'm ranked 66, highest rank 66. We didn't make it. We're off by 2. But boy, howdy, that last game was intense, and we actually ended up winning. But man, and we won early, so we actually had the chance of like we were like ranked like 28th because our game finished before everyone else, which means we had more points than everyone else. But my gosh, it was ridiculous. Oh, you can actually see all the groups. Oh, these are the current 64 to the 32. Never mind. So it was a little heartbreaking to get 2 ranks away, 2 ranks away from being able to get into the finals. But it was super fun. And yeah, I would do it again in a heartbeat with the same group. I obviously think it's way more fun with people that you know. But man, it was painful, man. It was painful. Anyway, so that was my Bout the Realms experience. Obviously, I was the smallest residence on my team, but I actually had a fantastic time. So even if you are smaller residents, I highly encourage you, seeing if there's a team available next year, or I'm assuming they only do this annually at this point. But man, I had so much fun, even just talking with everyone on Discord and shooting the shit. But yeah, it was a little heartbreaking to see that we were 2 spots away. Literally two spots. Pretty painful. You can see that we actually won by a great margin too, so that the last night we won massively in both fights and then lost the middle one. So we thought this was going to be enough, and obviously the points differential only mattered in case of technically 1 spot. Only mattered in the case of a tie. So like even then we had the points in our corner. It was so painful to see. But GG's to everyone we played against. I actually played against a lot of people I know. Yeah, so shout out to everyone. Hopefully you guys had a good Bout of Realms experience. Like I said, I was not anticipating having a lot of fun, but I definitely did. And I'm definitely going to do it again next time. So super duper fun.